G'day brothers and sisters of the GT1 family. Brandon here from downtown Sydney, Australia. We're almost back in lockdown again. Yay, lucky us. So I'm just trying to make some productive use of some time that I have to do this video, which is a little shootout between the Boss GT1 and my Line 6 Helix. I see a lot of posts up on social media, the forums, the GT1 and the Helix forums about, which unit's better. Is the Helix better than the Axe Effect, or is the Camper better than the, Axe Effects, or the Helix, or the GT1 or the GT1000? Look, I use both rigs. Obviously, I use my Helix predominantly for studio work and for, some of the bigger live stuff, bigger live gigs. I use my GT1 for more of the pub scene, that sort of stuff, where I'm likely to get a beer poured on it. So I keep all my patches backed up somewhere, and if worse comes to worse and I'll have to buy another one, it's only a couple of $100 as opposed to 3,000. But there's a lot of comparison, which is the better one. My belief is that no machine will change the way I play. It might change the sound of the things that I play, but I still bend strings a certain way. I still use vibrato a certain way. I attack the strings a certain way. And, all these machines do is really just sort of color the sound to a certain extent. I mean, obviously, it goes a little bit more detailed than that. So anyway, I've created this little video putting side by side like a riff that I would have done on the GT1, and I'll try and do the same riff again. I'll make it up as I go, so it's a little bit of variation here and there, but you get the idea. So I'll do the GT1, then I'll do the Helix equivalent. Now, I am going to say straight off the bat that I run the Mua radar, right, with my GT1, only because I really like the IRs. I don't use the stock cabs in my Helix. I do use a different combination of Celestion and Ownhammer IRs on my Helix. So I thought it's only fair to make it a fair and equitable shootout that I use similar kinds of IRs with the GT1. So for the heavier ones, for the Marshalls, I've used done three. The first three are the G12 Creamback, the G12 Greenback, and then an Eddie Van Halen 412 thing from Ownhammer, and I've done those comparisons. The rest of them I've used the vintage 30s with a 121 and 57 mic combination. I tend to find that particular IR works really, really well with the clean patches, and I think you'll hear it as well. I'm really impressed, particularly with the clean patches from the GT1. I think the GT1's very comparable with the Helix. I think that the heavier ones, the heavier gain ones, sound great live. I think in recorded, I think the Helix might have the edge, but you be the judge. So I've done a comparison for all of them, and at the end, because I haven't sort of built a tweed patch for my Helix yet, I've just used the Fullerton Drive patch, which I've tweaked and used in combination with the vintage 30 IR from Celestion, and that's just at the very end. So anyway, have a listen. I hope you can see some similarities, some differences, and I hope you can see that there are merits for all different kinds of units. And I think when you're rocking out with a band, it's not going to matter that much. But as we're all tone junkies now, apparently, this is important. So have a listen and see what you think, and please leave your comments. And if you like my patches, let me know. I'm happy to send them to you or upload them somewhere. I know Helix have a site where you can upload and share your patches. I'm sure Boss has got one too. I just don't know. We'll have a look. Anyway, let me know what you think. I hope you like it. All right, thanks, guys. Bye. Stay safe.